What is good, everybody? Welcome back. This is game number 3, and we are being hosted by the New Orleans Pelicans. Let's see if we can go 2-1. Without further ado, we're going to turn it over to Shaq and Ernie.
Sponsored by Sprite. It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hey, this is Ernie Johnson, 2K Sports. Shaquille O'Neal is with me. Thank you all for being here. And tonight, it'll be the Dallas Mavericks going up against the Pelicans out in New Orleans. And for New Orleans, coming off a loss in the first game of the season, they'll no doubt be anxious to put tonight's contest in the win column and avoid an 0-2 start. Shaq, the guy I want to talk about right now is Anthony Davis. Led Kentucky to a title, one of only 3 freshmen most outstanding players in the last 70 years. I mean, he's really become a force in the NBA.
Ernie, there's a reason he was the #1 pick 2 years ago, and he has not disappointed. Long, lanky, can run the floor, can rebound, can block shots, can shoot. This kid can do it all. You heard it here first. 2 years from now, he will be one of the top centers in the game.
That's it for us in the
Centers.
studio. Back with more later. Right now,
He doesn't play center, he plays power forward.
Coming at you from beautiful New Orleans, Louisiana, as the Pelicans prepare to take the court. For the Dallas Mavericks, they won their last contest, that game against the Jazz.
Well, Kevin,
That's fast.
A perfect offensive game plan going into that game, and it was quickly apparent how powerless the defense was to stop it.
Powerless is a good way to put it, Steve. We're unlikely to see that many uncontested baskets again anytime soon.
Now, a look at Dallas's starting lineup. The forwards are Parsons and Dirk. Nelson is out there with Ellis. And it's Chandler in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Now here's Gordon from past the arc. Here's Hushik. Chandler with the rebound. And the Mavericks with possession. And now Doris Burke has an update from the sidelines.
I caught up with Coach Monty Williams. He told me that they'll have their work cut out for them looking to score inside with the elite shot blocker and defender Tyson Chandler patrolling the paint. He said he was the Defensive Player of the Year for a reason. He's got length, mobility, toughness, and the want to. He brings effort and communication defensively, and you can't forget about him at the other end either.
Well, if you would have missed that dunk, I would have sit you down.
A ton of respect for what Chandler brings to the table.
All right, Doris. And just about a minute into the first quarter.
Another finish at the bottom of the division for the Pelicans last year, but it showed that they're working towards something that I think they could be a playoff team in the coming years.
Now here is Holiday. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Orlando.
And Kevin, a lot of those points came at the line, so he was very aggressive with his game, attacking the D and capitalizing on those free throws.
And here's Nelson following the 3 from Tyreke Evans. Nelson, the pass to Parsons. Looks for Nowitzki, gets it to him. And it's Dallas with another.
Well, the Pelicans certainly have the pieces to get to the postseason, as you said. I mean, it's only a matter of time, I think, before they get it done and figured out where they can be a postseason team.
Now here's Evans. Outside Gordon. Lets the 3 fly, and he gets it to go.
A good open look, and he splashes home the 3.
The Mavericks have gone 4 of 4 to start, so a nice offensive rhythm to start here. And really for the Pelicans, Steve, it'll just be about being patient and not wanting to rush into the postseason. Let their team grow naturally.
Yeah, I agree. And, you know, it's been a while since New Orleans has played in the postseason. 2011 was their last appearance. But, you know, just trying for a quick run with high-priced free agents would not be in their best interest.
And that almost feels like 2 buckets coming off the steal like it did.
And especially the fact that it ties the game, Clark. The lead was about to be stretched out, and instead,
No foul.
Right back to even. First miss of the game after 4 makes, so it's been a hot start.
Here's Holiday. Chance there to take the lead. Missing. And here are the Mavericks now, getting their first look of the season at this Pelicans team.
Well, from their sweep of this season series a year ago, pretty clear why one team wound up in the postseason and the other one went home.
Here's Holiday after Dirk Nowitzki's bucket. The pass to Davis. Nice shot by Evans. Evans has got 5 points so far.
Well, some weak defensive coverage there, and I'm pretty sure they didn't plan on starting this game out like that, giving such easy access to the rim.
Now here's Parsons. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Utah.
That's like a layup for him. He's just wide open out there.
Pelicans trail by 3. Outside Holiday. Evans against Parsons. Evans outside. Gordon with no one around. Here's Davis. Makes it off the glass. Davis has got his first 2 points.
Did you see the defense get caught standing around that time, giving up an easy second chance bucket?
Simply need more of an effort on the boards there, Steve.
Now, here is Nelson. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Ellis goes in and is blocked by Gordon, but they recover it. Clock at 2. Here's Parsons. Good. And a nice assist from Nelson. Nelson's got 6 assists in the game.
Just putting on a passing display out there.
Well, just add another fantastic assist to the highlight reel for this guy.
Mavs coach Rick Carlisle with over 2 decades of experience in the coaching ranks, now in his 13th season as a head coach.
Now here is Holiday. Gordon goes in. Blocked. And that's out of bounds. Wolves will retain possession. A big group substitution here for New Orleans. Ryan Anderson, he's checked in for Rush. Salmons comes in for Tyreek Evans. Fredette, he's checked in for Gordon. And it's Austin Rivers in for Drew Holiday. And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. White, he's checked in for Chandler. Aminu comes in for Dirk Nowitzki. Raymond Felton, he's checked in for Monte Ellis. And Harris subbed in for Jameer Nelson. And it's Davis finishing it off.
It makes it so easy for your teammate when you can lead him with a pass like that one.
And Rick Carlisle co-captained the University of Virginia team that made the Final Four. Won an NBA title as a player with the Celtics in 1986, and Clark another title coaching the Mavs in 2011.
That was really an enjoyable title run that he had with the Mavericks. Did a fantastic job. He's had one of the better win percentages in coaching history. Tremendous tactician. Got to see him work up close during his time as the Pacers assistant coach with Larry Bird and then the head coach of the Pacers for a while. Certainly one of the highly esteemed coaches in the league. Boy, such outstanding patience and decision-making for them offensively.
Yeah, absolutely. Their ball movement has been outstanding. They are piling up the assists.
Salmons, no luck.
Rebounding is going to be the focal point for them in this one, fellas. I can feel it.
Yeah, it's a physical game, and so far the numbers show that they've got the edge on the glass.
Tell you what, he can do a lot more damage to that rim than that when he wants to.
And you know, Clark, with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one.
Me too.
Well, I think he did plenty of damage anyway. It was only with one hand.
And here are the Pelicans now, following the score by Dallas.
Well, the fact that Austin Rivers improved substantially in his second season and still has a long way to go tells you how rough his rookie season was. Still a volume scorer, but he's showing signs of being an NBA player, and that's more than you could say 2 seasons ago.
In Austin Rivers, the son of Clippers head coach Doc Rivers, taken 10th back in 2012. His pedigree certainly played a part in that.
Yeah, it certainly did, no doubt about it. That cuts both ways when you've got a famous last name. But Rivers not the explosive athlete that his father was. He is a creative ball handler. He's got to continue to develop his shot and understanding how to be effective at this level. And I think you've still got to give him some time to see if that can happen. One thing you know when it comes to the Mavericks is they're not going to sit back and stand pat. They want to reload, not rebuild.
Pelicans trail by 3. The dish to Salmons. Here's Rivers. Here's Anderson. And good work on the boards. They pick up the second chance points. Anderson's got his first points of the night. We'll see if they want to trade 2 for 1 here.
Well, you got to time up the clock. It's easier said than done, but you got to execute your offense on that first possession.
Harris kicks to Felton. Trains it from beyond the arc. Felton's got his first 3 points of the game. Well, guys, the Mavericks have made the most out of this run since they've had Dirk Nowitzki. A strong team for so long because they never tore it down.
And there were times they could have. I mean, you have to respect that mentality that, you know, they've maintained their unity, their continuity. And as long as you have Dirk, you know you can put pieces around him to be competitive. That's what the Mavs have always done.
Now Harris. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. Shoots off the step back, and that one's good. And the Mavericks lead by 4.
Looked like the defense kind of backed off, and then he took advantage.
Offense, the order of the day as the first quarter comes to a close. Mavericks lead by 4. New Orleans back in a moment.
Coming up Tuesday, November 4th, Kevin Durant and the Oklahoma City Thunder take on Kyle Lowry and the Toronto Raptors. Big-time hoops coming your way.
Now the second quarter getting ready to start up. And a look at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Mavericks.
You know what, guys? It looks to me like they're really in sync here, all on the same page. They've already got a bunch of assists.
And we're also seeing a lot of fast break moves, so this team doing a nice job getting easy points.
Pelicans trail by 4 on the floor for Dallas. Dirk Nowitzki down low with Brandon Wright. Felton is out there with Harris. And it's Aminu in at the 3 slot. Now here's Rivers. Anderson a screen on Harris. Here's Rivers. And the layup is good. Rivers has got the opening field goal of the second quarter for the Pelicans.
Well, he wasn't phased at all by the bigger man on him. And on the low block, I thought he might be.
You know, Steve, I thought maybe he'd prefer to bring him out to the perimeter, but whatever works, go to it. Don't take your eyes off of him because he can make plays from multiple spots on the floor. Put the isolated cam on him.
Salmon's with it. Now Felton defending. Oship with it. 17 points for him last game against Orlando. He dishes it to Salmons. Shot clock at 6. New Orleans needs to get off a shot. Here's Rivers. And that one's good. Rivers has got 4 this quarter.
Tell you what, it's a huge plus to have him making shots like that.
The Mavericks leading. Harris up top. Felton goes in. Outside Felton. From deep. It's rebounded by New Orleans. Anderson's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Here's Salmons. That's in, coming off an assist from Miller. Salmons got the game tied up here for the Pelicans.
Well, and the bounce pass was the key to the play.
Felton dishes to Aminu. Fires at the elbow. Goes up again, and that one's good. Wright's got his second bucket. We're now about 2 minutes into the second quarter. Now let's go to Doris Burke. Doris?
Well, guys, who wouldn't like a raise of over 17 times their current salary? That's what Chandler Parsons received this offseason, going from making under $1 million a season to earning 3 years, $46 million. And Kevin, Parsons was a steal in his prior salary, but at $15 million a season, he'll need to continue to improve.
Still young with a very versatile game. Doris, thank you. A big group substitution here for New Orleans. Davis is checked in for Anderson. Evans comes in for Darius Miller. Gordon's checked in for John Salmons. And it's Holiday in for Rivers. And then for Dallas, Tyson Chandler, who's checked in for Wright. Ellis comes in for Raymond Felton. And Jameer Nelson is subbed in for Devin Harris. Now here is Davis. He's coming off a 19-point game against Orlando.
Don't forget, he also tallied 4 blocks, so he was a factor in a lot of different ways.
Gordon. The Mavericks pull it in.
Terrific job that time defending at the rim. I mean, it's not an easy task stopping that fella when he's headed to the bucket like that. Good job.
Ellis against Gordon. Here's Nowitzki. Great tee that time from Davis.
Tyreek Evans signed and traded to the Pelicans last season with a big 4-year, $44 million contract. Pretty big vote of confidence for a guy whose minutes had gone down every year after his phenomenal rookie season.
Here's Nelson. Good team by Holiday.
Excellent, really solid job actually by the defense to get in his way as he was going up for that one.
Evans outside. Uncovered. That one a little long.
Now you can see why the defense is willing to let him take that shot. That's really not his range.
Got that bucket in no time at all. And the Mavericks lead by 2.
Jameer Nelson dropping a delicious dime there.
Here's Holiday. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Gordon the pass to Evans. Outside Holiday. Can't get it to go. And the Mavericks going the other way now. The Celtics will be coming into town for the next game. That game is the first and last of their homestand.
Boy, you take a look at that Celtics game. That's one they'd really like to have.
He's been one of their more reliable options today, guys. I mean, his shooting has led them to this lead.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, I mean, a cold stretch offensively. They desperately need a basket.
Aminu. Rebound by Drew Holiday. Pelicans trail by 4. Evans attacking. It's good. The assist that time from Holiday. Holiday's got 3 assists tonight.
Risky shot there. Size-wise, I mean, he easily comes out on the short end of the stick, so to speak.
With the nice high release, he had no problem getting it off and knocking it down.
The Pelicans have gone 5 of 8 from the floor here in the second quarter. Over 60% shooting. Feeds to Evans. Fires from 18. Goes back up. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2.
Pretty bad defense letting the offense get right to the rim, but smart play to foul once he was there.
But you know what's going to happen, and they sent a message right there. Nothing easy inside.
New Orleans shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game. 2 shots. And that one falls for Anthony Davis. Well, it wasn't like Anthony Davis had a bad rookie season. He was injured for a bit and slowed down his development, certainly. But Steve, last year he showed just why he was taken 1st overall.
Oh, man, he was a dominant force. He quickly developed into what he looked like back in college when he was just a force at both ends of the floor. There's no telling how good Davis can be. I think within 2 or 3 years, he's going to be an MVP candidate.
Now, here is Nelson. 9-point game his last outing. Now, here's Aminu. Defense right on him. Banked in off the glass. And the Mavericks lead by 5. And here's Holiday. Quiet so far offensively. Searching for his first points of the game.
And with Davis, when you think about how other big men have developed in this league, it's usually 4 to 5 years to get the strength they need and understand the nature of the center position. And you look at a guy like Davis, that learning curve and his ability to dominate has been accelerated quite a bit.
I'm going to make substitution myself. I'm going to bring...
No good on that.
Davis's fast ascension to stardom was helped a lot by his inclusion on Team USA as he learned what it would take very early on. It was a rare opportunity for a player like him, and he looked to make the most of it as it paid off last season.
Dallas making a switch here. Brandon Wright's checked in for Chandler. Crowder comes in for Al Farouk Amini. Lito's checked in for Ellis. And Harris subbed in for Nelson.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
Well, if you just looked at assist as the measuring stick, they've been by far the better team.
Fredette can't hit. Here's Dallas. They're on a 14-6 run. Harris with it. Evans picks him up. And Wright gets it to go on the assist by Harris. Wright's got 4 points now in the quarter.
I like the way they've played here in the first half. Just an intelligent floor game, getting good shots.
Numbers certainly back that up. They're shooting a much better percentage.
Now a timeout called by New Orleans. Last game matched up with the Magic. A tough loss there.
Well, there's no doubt they played well enough to win that game. Truly could have gone either way, Clark.
Well, the lesson in this one is you can't just play well for 3.5 quarters and expect to win. I mean, they didn't close it out the way they should have. That's on them.
Holiday. Here's Davis, and he was fouled in the act of shooting. Chance here now for a three-point play.
Well, they're not shooting as many from outside here in the second quarter.
Well, they were shooting well early on. I like their spacing and their offensive flow. I think they need to get back to that.
Mavericks making a switch here. Smith has checked in. Pelicans shooting their 7th free throw attempt here.
And this club shot 77% as a team last year. Good, not
Yeah, bottom line.
but solid. Anthony Davis was stellar all of last year, but he did miss a lot of time with injury trouble. I think that's the only thing that's going to slow him down in his quest to be possibly the best player in the NBA.
And that one's good. Right. 56 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Harris against Howard. And he gets the bucket.
Took advantage of some shoddy defense there. They've got to at least get a finger on it.
Mavericks leading by 8.
Not sure if they're aware of the 2-for-1 opportunity they have.
Well, they need to be.
Wright with it. Picked up by Davis. And that one's good. Lito.
Looked like there was a little confusion there as to who was supposed to be guarding him.
7-second difference. Shot and game clock. Holiday against Harris. Evans outside. Fredette kicks to Holiday. Shoots it. Pass to Fredette. Evans outside. Anderson outside. Tries it again. Yes, and a nice assist from Evans. And we finish one half of basketball. It's Dallas up 9. And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Well, Tyson, what has been the key to enabling your team to control the tempo of this game throughout this first half?
I think the way we came out defensively, we locked into their sets. We're taking them out of what they want to accomplish. Because of that, we're able to make some shots on the other end.
It all came together in that first 24 minutes. Tyson, thanks for the time, guys.
Okay, Doris, much appreciated. And now for halftime. So we'll be back in just a bit to get the third quarter underway. the second half about to start up and begin any moment. Dirk Nowitzki having a dominant impact in this game.
And what was most impressive was that his decision-making and shot-taking was very disciplined and efficient. Really an excellent half.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Whether it's been from mid-range or in tight, he is taking only what the defense has given him, and he's not trying to do too much. I love the flow and rhythm he's playing with here.
Okay, let's get back to it.
Pelicans trail by 9, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. So the Pelican 5 right now. Backcourt, Holiday and Gordon. Davis and Ashik patrol the paint. And it's Evans and it's small forward. The Mavs have fallen in the West the last 2 years, but they were very much in the hunt this past season.
Well, they were in a battle for the final
What's
playoffs.
his
West
name?
ended up in the 8th spot and took San Antonio all the way to 7 games. So they did extremely well given the strength of the conference.
The Mavericks shooting their first free throw of the night.
Very successful free throw shooting team a year ago, guys. They hit about 80% from the line.
You know, success at the line just became contagious for him. A few guys got on a roll, and it carried over to the rest of the team.
Holiday with it, picked up by Nowitzki. They get it again. Davis, and good work on the boards. They pick up the second chance points. Davis has got 10 points in the game. Dallas leading by 7. From down low, and Nowitzki gets it to go down on the assist from Monte Ellis.
You know, for the Mavs against the West, it was really about them hitting their shots, and they're a very good shooting team, especially when they played against Western Conference opponents.
Now here's Ellis, following the miss by Anthony Davis, and he gets it to go.
And we're seeing the shots just dropping from everywhere right now.
Yeah, since halftime, Steve, they've been operating very efficiently.
Now here is Holiday. On the wing, Evans. Evans left side. Holiday with the 3. And the rebound goes to Nowitzki.
Well, to back up what you talk about with the Mavs shooting, they were one of the best shooting percentage teams in the league, and they did a lot of their damage against the Western Conference, which, as we all know, is the much deeper conference.
No coverage that time. 10 points for Tyreke Evans.
You might not think of him as a laser three-point shooter, but that shot was there for him, and he had to take it.
And Dallas calls their first time out of the game. Well, the Pelicans last season tried to make a push for the playoffs, but a slew of injuries really held them back.
But even at full strength, Kevin, this team was fighting for the 8th seed, still young and developing. You've got to give this group time to grow because I think they've got some nice pieces.
When you talk about giving the Pelicans time to grow, as ownership not entirely content to do so. Remember, at the 2013 draft, they traded away the 6th pick and this year's draft pick in exchange for Drew Holiday. So that's a win-now move.
And even though Drew Holiday was an all-star in 2013, he's still in his early 20s, relatively young, really young. We'll see in time how that trade pans out on talent, but certainly for Holiday, it's giving him a chance to grow with this young roster. You can really see an extra bounce in Monte Ellis' step last year, and that bounce had been missing for a little bit. He seemed completely revitalized and got back to what he's doing, what he does best in Dallas, and that's put the ball in the hole and put pressure on the defense.
Pelicans trail by 10. Holiday dishes to Gordon. Tries from 16. Holiday gets the bucket. Holiday's got 4 points now in the quarter. And with Monte, he was very open to admit that he was having fun again, saying it was the most fun he's had in the NBA, Steve, since the 2007 season.
I thought it was the perfect fit for him, playing alongside Dirk and Calderon, playing for a great coach in Rick Carlisle, who put him in spots where he could really make the most of his talent. So a terrific season for Monte. I was happy for him.
Here's Evans after Dirk Nowitzki's bucket. Evans attacking. Holiday, the pass to Davis. And taken away by Ellis. And now the fast break. Nelson with the ball.
Another bucket in the paint. That's something they just have not been able to stop today.
I think it's time to make some adjustments defensively, Clark. I mean, what they've got going right now is not getting it done.
Now here is Holiday. He's got 6. Here's Evans. Chandler with the block. They retain possession. Mavericks leading by 12. And it's Ellis penetrating. Kicks it out to Nowitzki. Nelson dishes to Nowitzki. And it's Dallas with another.
That's been a great day for him. And if you remember, he gave them a huge performance their last time out as well.
For New Orleans, they've gone 4 of 9 from the floor so far in the third. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. Gordon kicks to Evans. And that one's good. Evans has got 12.
You know, he's knocking down his shots today, but it hasn't really translated to the scoreboard yet.
Holiday against Nelson. Parsons outside. Fires for 3. Ashik pulls it in. Ashik's got his 6th rebound on the night. Holiday with it. Picked up by Ellis. Holiday attacking.
Well, you look at Drew
Parsons, what do you... Now I got to take out Parsons.
Last season, good across the board, but his rate of three-pointers and free throws relatively low. If he can make those a bigger part of his offensive game plan, he could really take over.
And for Holiday, an excellent catch and shoot player, Clark, from outside.
And that's really been a nice fit with the personnel in New Orleans. With other guards who work well with the ball in their hands, Holiday equally effective playing off the ball.
Catching up on the changes for New Orleans. Ryan Anderson, he's checked in for Anthony Davis. Salmons comes in for Tyreek Evans. And it's Austin Rivers in for Eric Gordon. Ellis kicks to Felton. Off target.
I'm trying to figure out why is Parsons still in the game.
With his 3. Pelicans trail by 12. Moving it up. Here's Salmons. Yes, and it's Holiday with the assist that time.
Yeah, nice fast break from start to finish, guys.
Especially on the back end. I mean, he polished it off perfectly.
Ellis, the pass to right. And that one is stuffed right through.
Taking it to the rack with power right there.
And hammering down with the two-handed slam.
Well, they already had him staggered, and now all of a sudden they're throwing some haymakers.
And Holiday, here we go. He feeds it to Salmons. Lets it go
Nope.
for 3. And again, New Orleans with the triple.
The defense sagged off, and, you know, he did not hesitate to rise up and bury that 3.
Ellis in the post. He's guarded by Rivers. Ellis can't get it to go. The feed to Salmons. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely. Salmons got 9 points. Mavericks leading by 7. Ellis goes in. Can't hit.
I don't know if it's just me, but he's looked a step slow since the start of the quarter. His shooting has really suffered.
Salmons kicks to Rivers. Back to Salmons.
You know what, matter of fact,
New Orleans moving it around. Holiday dishes to Salmons. Shot clock at 5. He kicks to Anderson. Lays it up and banks it in. Now just a 5-point Maverick lead.
Boy, the shots finally dropping for them in bunches, and I'll tell you what, the complexion of this game has totally changed.
You know, that kind of offensive eruption was the only thing that was going to get them back into this one.
Here's Felton, and there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
Throughout his career, very solid starting point guard. But last season was arguably the worst of his career. Shooting percentage tumbled, and I thought at times he just really looked out of sorts offensively.
And Felton even struggling at the free throw line. He's hoping to bounce back.
Yeah, but I think now, as he's in his 30s, Kevin, he may be best suited to a reserve role as a guy who can do a little bit of everything off the bench for you as a backup point.
Yep, it goes. And the Dallas lead is cut down now to just 5 in the bucket from Rivers.
Really not hard to see why they're giving up points on this run. I mean, they've just given them too many looks inside.
Yeah, I mean, they're just getting pounded in there. The defense not offering much resistance. They've got to force the ball back out to the perimeter.
Now Rivers, following the miss by Ellis from deep. Anderson outside, puts up a 3, and again, New Orleans with the triple.
Great opportunity right there. He's got such tremendous length. He can just rise up and get separation for the 3.
Ellis goes in. Smith trying to break loose. And Monte has the bucket on the assist by Felton.
Intelligent passing there to make that hoop possible.
And here are the Pelicans. They're on a 16-6 run. Now here's Rivers. He's got 8. Passes it to Selmans. There's 3 pointers off the mark. Ellis outside. No good on that last second attempt there. The points coming in bunches as we wrap up the third quarter. It's been a good one. Mavericks lead by 4. And when we return, we'll get the fourth quarter rolling right here on 2K Sports.
Wednesday, November 5th, Chris Paul and the Los Angeles Clippers go up against Stephen Curry and the Golden State Warriors. Live from Oakland. Hoops action.
In a moment now, as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
Well, this is what you talk about when you have the offensive play coming together based on tremendous passing. It's the rhythm and flow that occurs that makes this a beautiful game.
Dallas leading by 4. On the floor for Dallas starting the fourth quarter here. Brandon Wright is out there with Aminu. Then there's Harris. Then it's Nelson. And it's Chandler in at the 5 down low. Here's Evans. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks. Chandler's got his 3rd rebound tonight. Aminu.
Easy fall there.
No question about that one. You could hear the impact from where I am.
And a chance for just a second now to check out the scoring breakdown for the Mavericks.
Boy, their passing has been picturesque, a thing of beauty in both halves. More than a few of their baskets have come off assists.
And we're also seeing that power down low. A lot of good offensive moves down on the block.
And the Mavericks making a change here. Nowitzki's checked in. 2 free throws for Aminu.
Well, the Mavs took some heat when they opted not to try to defend their 2011 championship with the same players, opting for cap room instead. And they've swung and missed on some big names, but they've put together a really deep club with some very smart signings.
And it's Evans missing.
Very porous defense down there by the hoop. He probably should make that one.
The 3. The rebound by Anderson. Anderson's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one.
And, when it comes to Dirk Nowitzki, he has said, he's on the record of saying he wants to retire a Maverick. Ownership, anyway, has reciprocated that desire. But the greatest player in franchise history deserves to finish out strong in legitimate contention.
Let me stop playing.
Committed the resources to try to make that be a reality.
Out to Harris. Takes a 3. Harris missing again. Pelicans trailed by 4. Gordon, the pass to Evans. Fournette dishes to Gordon. Pass to Evans. Lots of room. He squares up and sinks it. And for Nowitzki, he's made financial sacrifices to enable the Mavericks, the cap space, Steve, to go out and construct this roster.
Yeah, only $26 million on the books before he was re-signed, so that left plenty of shopping money, and they spent it well.
Some changes for New Orleans. Ashik comes in for Anderson, and it's Drew Holiday in for Fredette. Dallas also making some changes. Parsons checked in for Aminu. And it's Ellis in for Devin Harris. Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Yes, thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear what Rick Carlisle was saying to the team. With the game still up for grabs, he simply told us guys, we're right there. Stay focused, execute, and get it done. Kevin, let's see how it plays out.
And it's Evans missing for Dallas. They've gotten off to a rough start in the fourth quarter, going 0 for 4 so far. Here's Nowitzki. The 10-footer finds the target. Nowitzki's got 10 points in just the second half.
He is setting this place on fire, fellas. This shooting has been off the charts.
And Holiday kicks to Gordon. Back to Holiday. Clock at 6. Dishes it to Ashik. It's rebounded by Dallas. They've led by as many as 14 points.
Huge play on the offensive glass to come away with the second chance points. Tell you what, he's getting more and more physical as this game wears on.
Now, here is Nelson. Nowitzki, the pass to Ellis. Kicks it to Nelson. Yes, and it's Ellis picking up the assist. Ellis has got his 4th assist in this one.
Tell you what, they haven't exactly been shy about letting it fly from deep here in the second half.
You know, Steve, if you have the lead, you can afford to be a little comfortable with the three-point shots. You just don't want to fall too much in love with it. That shot was made possible by the work of Anthony Davis.
Dallas leading by 3. Now Nelson, stolen by Evans. Now running up the court, Evans trying to push it up. Here's Gordon. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass.
8 of the last 10 points at that end of the court have been scored on very high percentage shots in the paint.
All right, I'm through playing with y'all.
Strategic part. It's just a matter of playing with more heart. You gotta play hard, guys.
That's some grit and determination in the post. Essential qualities to have late in a close game.
Exactly. I mean, this is the time to attack on the interior and generate those easy opportunities.
We've played just over 3.5 minutes now in the fourth quarter. It's Evans on the wing. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. That's on Monte Ellis.
Tyreek Evans is an athletic slashing guard. He's really gifted at getting to the rim. But I think his outside shot, the inconsistency of his outside shot has held him back a bit. Ironically, he's a pretty good free throw shooter, but still lacks that touch from mid-range on field goal attempts.
Now, here is Nelson. Banked in off the glass. And the Mavericks lead by 3.
Boy, the deeper we get into this game, the more offense we're seeing.
And that goes for both teams, Steve. Everybody firing on all cylinders right now.
Parsons against Evans. There's the pass to Holiday. Now here's Gordon. Defense right on him. 6 to shoot. Shoots. Shot is blocked.
He has not been on his game. And, you know, their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not helped the situation.
And here's Ellis for 3. And the rebound goes to the Pelicans. Davis has got his 6th rebound on the night.
He's not exactly striping them from deep. He had 1 3-ball in the first half. Still bagels in the second.
And Holiday, here we go. And there's the whistle, fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
Looking at the game for Drew Holiday, he has 8 points and 5 assists.
Shooting for New Orleans, Drew Holiday. 2 shots.
Free throw, good, Holiday. Both free throw is good from Holiday.
How big was that? He's just so reliable, so confident with the free throw line.
And the Mavericks call time here.
You know, he wants to tinker a little bit, and he's taking the time to do so right here.
Yeah, I think you're right. He just didn't like some of the things he saw out there, a bit uncomfortable, and wanted to talk it over.
Wasted no time on that one. And that's now 24 points for Nowitzki.
Good ball movement. He put that pass in the ideal spot, right where it needed to be.
Holiday up top, guarded by Nelson. And Holiday kicks to Evans. Back to Holiday. Soft touch off the glass. Holiday's got 6 here in this quarter.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Yeah, that's 5 of their last 6 baskets inside the lane. They have really established themselves inside.
That's good.
And he's been exactly what they needed here in the fourth.
Well, he looks like a dangerous man. I mean, he's made all 4 of his shots this quarter so far.
1:36 left to play here in the fourth. And the basket by Gordon.
That finish brings me back to the old days. The silky smooth finger roll.
Nelson dishes to Nowitzki. It's stolen by Davis. Holiday against Nelson. Davis setting the pick for Holiday. Here's Hasek. And that one falls coming off of Davis's speed. And the Pelicans lead by 1.
Their prowess inside has been tremendous, guys. I mean, it's been no contest down on the low block.
And until they prove they can stop them, they ought to continue to pound it in low. That's what he knows he should have made.
The Pelicans have gone 8 of 13 from the field since the start of the fourth, sinking the majority of their shots. And it's Evans in the corner. Ellis against Holiday. Tried to shoot. Nails it!
So it's just a fantastic effort they're getting from Drew Holiday.
For Dallas, they've gone 6 of 12 from the field here in the fourth, and even 50%. Kicks it out to Parsons. Dallas again missing. Steve, what a big possession right here.
No doubt, guys. You can feel the tension in this building.
Really good awareness right there on the assist.
1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. Nelson kicks to Ellis. Back to Nelson. Count! And he has brought them to within 2 points.
Oh, that is a massive shot.
You know it is. He's stepping right into the spotlight.
And they foul intentionally. They're going to have to do that now again and again. They're not in the penalty yet.
Smart foul there. You got to try to extend the game.
Yeah, it's still close, but they're fighting that clock as much as the score right now.
And he commits the intentional foul. Gets the first, and that makes it a 3-point lead. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 4-point ball game.
And it just feels like those are the free throws that probably put this game out of reach.
Parsons for 3. Parsons missing again, and they foul intentionally. That's what they have to do at this point. He hits the first one, and that puts them up by 5. Second one is good. Getting both at the line, and it's a 6-point ball game.
Those foul shots put them that much more in the driver's seat.
Tries a 3 off the inbound. Gets the 3 to fall.
I'll tell you what, they are dialed in from three-point land here in the
No, they're not. Shut up.
Called that one right. Causing some serious harm from long range.
And now an intentional foul. They need the ball back as soon as possible. Good on the first, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. And so both free throws are good, and it's a 5-point game. Here comes Monte Ellis to the wing right side. Nowitzki for 3. Here's Chandler. Misses. So we see the Pelicans get...
Congratulations, Anthony. You're so composed, but this has got to be a great win for this team and something to be excited about.
Bet I lose the next game either.
That was a big win for us. That was a big win. Shutting you down early in the first half. We came out with a lot of energy in the second half and fought back and got the win.
It took some toughness, but you did it. Anthony, thank you. Guys?
Thank you, Doris. And, folks, that about concludes our broadcast tonight. For Steve Kerr, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching as we leave you with our Jordan Player of the Game, Tyreke Evans.
Well, we'll see what we do in the next one as we take on the Boston Celtics. Thank y'all for watching. Hit that like, comment, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.